Yes. I still don't know how to start these stupid things. I need to sit up, get some high energy. Gotta get a commentary going for this video. I don't have high energy. It's late. This first part of this video actually was pretty late. It was late one night. I only got about less than an hour in, and it wasn't worth making a video just for that. I barely scratched the surface, so I had to break my own format, and I just had to blend a couple of nights together. Because I did this night, and then the next night, I had a really bad migraine, so I couldn't do anything at all. And then, you know, you'll see a little bit later on, the giant chunk of this was actually last night. And I didn't want to, I wanted to finish this. I didn't want this page to be more than 3 videos long, so I wanted to finish this. I didn't want it to be like 4 or however long or whatever. So that's what happened. Let's see. Let's actually look at this and see what I'm doing. One of the things that I do when I start actually inking these is I feel like, oh yeah, now it's time to ruin these pretty pencil drawings. So I get really nervous at first, not realizing that as I go, I forgive myself for a lot of mistakes. I let things slide that I feel like are forgivable. And when I first start with this outline section, I think it really just detracts from the drawings. Like it might as well just stay as a pencil sketch because it looks more impressive that way. And then, because what I like about this is that I'm not used to just a complete black and white format where, you know, things like just not being afraid to go completely dark in giant sections where it's just pure black, or using cross hatching or whatever. Just the black and the white contrast and filling in the space, as opposed to pencil sketches, which are way easier for me to justify. You know, like even this hair, I'll freak out and say like I can't do this with just black and white. I need the gradients of pencil sketches, all that's good stuff. So my first thought in the first like hour, the first half of doing this always makes me think, good, like let's ruin the drawing that we just made. But I respect the sort of like black and white comic book look, so I just go for it anyway. I don't give a crap. I also, one of the problems that I have is sometimes I'm guilty of this and sometimes I'm not, but in this case I definitely was in that top panel. See, that was me giving him very long fingernails for a split second just to gross myself out, just to kind of, you know, that's it, just to gross myself out for a second, say ew, and then delete. I lost my train of thought. Yeah, one of the things that I do is I'll overlap things so much. See, now this is the next night. That definitely wasn't worth a video, that first one. It's like no matter how much I turn down this television in the background, it'll just get loud, and I don't know why. Let's see. What was I saying? I forgot what I was saying. Oh, the overlap. I start to, like, it makes sense when I'm penciling it out. It makes sense, and then when I have to actually go over it and make nice, clean outline around it, I say, I don't fucking know what I'm doing. Like, it becomes like some Da Vinci code to unlock, decipher. It's like a Caesarean cipher message or something. This chair. I hate this chair with all my heart and my soul. It's stupid. It's loud. It's the hydraulic is broken. I've said that before. This eye, I decided to make it not squint and kind of make it a little bit more menacing by widening it completely. under the what do you call it? The flap of brow. So late. I'm tired. I don't want to be doing a commentary. Nobody's making me do this. That's the thing. Like, so I shouldn't complain. I should just do it. Let's power through it. Yeah, this is a longer, I had to actually compress the time lapse of this more than the other videos because this was like 4 hours of, 4 hours of worth of video. Because as you can see right now, I'm just shooting the shit. Like, that's what a lot of this was me eating, jabbering. Where did I go? I'm gone. I think this is where I was getting food. No, I wasn't. Whatever. I'm not going to try to remember what I was doing. What was I talking about? I don't care. I don't care. All of this, this will never get finished. This will never be a thing. That's not true at all. Let's see. I just don't have anything to say about this right now. I went over these lines one more time and sort of made a sloppy doubling of it. I liked the effect. I thought it looked a little bit more like fabric. Like the little seams of a stretchy ski mask. Do bad guys wear ski masks anymore? I don't think so. I don't know. Do they? This man's head is exploding. Oh yeah, this was a giant chunk where I was trying to basically the presets that I made for myself when I have it zoomed way out, I have a smoothing setting that keeps it from sort of becoming jagged when you zoom in. Like you'll make a nice smooth line, but then when you zoom in to actual size, it sort of aliases it. Not anti-aliasing. Yeah, like aliasing. It gives it a little step to it, a stagger. But when I work really up close, I don't want to draw a line and then have it sort of like smooth out in front of me and alter. So I ended up making a second set of my shit that for close up, so I don't have to keep switching a setting every time that I zoom in or every time I switch one. See, this is a lot faster time lapse. Like right now, I was picking pocket lint out of the headphone jack of my phone, so that was worth that was worth keeping record on. I'm gone again. I'd like to say that I had no focus, but I did. I finished what I was doing, so. Way to leave me hanging, dude. I had to try a couple times with this gun. Did I finish it? I already passed the gun part. This is a fast time lapse. I had to try a couple times because I couldn't really... I had to feel it out. Like most things, I have to, I don't know what I would not be able to take some Bristol board or whatever and just like grab an ink pen and a little ink well. I would screw it up the first time. Like, thank God for digital media. I need to overlap things and yeah, like, do you imagine if you had to like overlap masses to get the masses right and then have to go back and erase everything, all the extra lines that you made in pencil and stuff? Like, no, thank you. I'm just eating. That's disgusting. I'm getting hungry. I had to take this would have been if I had this at the same time-lapse compression as the other ones, this would have been 22 minutes. I cannot fill 22 minutes right now. My jabbering skills are not up to snuff. This is the third one of these I've done. This guy turned out okay. I sort of like the little things that I nitpick about, the one or two things where I'm like, he's not menacing enough. They sort of get washed out when all the detail comes in, and I go, oh, it's not that bad of a drawing, actually. Yeah, this would have been twice as long. I don't know who the hell would watch this anyway. I like the way that boot turned out. I was really nervous about that boot. Just nervous about this. Drawing is so stupid. I'm going to be nervous about the littlest, dumbest detail. There's thousands of strokes on this image, and I'm just worried about the dumbest things like, oh, if this boot turns out bad, that'll reflect poorly on my character. I'm not talking about the characters like the people in I'm talking about me. What I do is I go over the penciling with like sort of an outline, and then I create a new layer where I just go for it, and I just go dark, and that's where the detail comes in. I think I did a pretty good job of having like a minimalist surrounding. I didn't want to draw a big elaborate background for this. It's not the center of the point of that thing, but I also think it ended up looking better with at least something surrounding him, not just one panel of sort of like a man floating in space. I don't know if there's a way to obsess about believable, passable wrinkles and stuff, and like to balance that with my desire to sort of just make giant black patches, thus negating large chunks of it. I don't know if there's a way to like marry the two worlds together. See, like all that I'm doing right there. But I think it's necessary. I like that. I like the... And this is where I went overboard. I realize it's probably not like the expressions on the faces and stuff. They need to act alone, so everything else can sort of go dark and lose some of its detail. But I think the faces need to... Yeah, see, that was just ridiculous, and I realized that quickly. As was the background that I did too. Niplocha. I don't know how to Romanize that or whatever, but I thought, oh, Niplocha. Wow, this is the end? That's the end. That was a little too quick. I don't know if I don't know if I'm gonna do that again with the time lapse that quickly. Like I just blanked out. It's another one.